What I'll do is I'll get them, if they want to go ahead with it, I'll get another upfront payment out of them, and then that will eat some cash flow as well.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. They did say on that email what measurements there were.
Like they were like, oh, we're going to need this document, and we're going to need you to do an EIEC thing.
Everything about that job's just been an absolute ball ache from the start.
Yeah.
Even like getting material.
I'm going to be totally honest with them and just say, look, this all of this stuff is becoming prohibitive to actually getting the project done.
Speak to you later.
All right, mate, take it easy.
Bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hey, John.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, mate, I've been.
No worries. How's your project going with Skyline?
Well, long story short, and so we put a new price in, and they ended up accepting it. And so we're back on the job, but with like agency staff and all sorts. The professional thing to do is to actually stop and say, look, we're at risk of losing money here. We want to renegotiate the scope. And so I was like,
my beef was fucking banging, mate.
Was it?
Jesus.
I saw you. I was coming through. It must have been the day you came back. I saw your car in Marlow, and I was like, oh shit, you must be all over startups and knows a lot about it. And there's obviously exited his company. He's raised millions as well. So
easy. I can come to you. We can go and grab a coffee.
Let's do a coffee. Let's get out.
Let's get out
of the normal environment. Yeah.
All right. Cheers. Take care.
Take it easy, mate. Bye.
Bye.
It's Monday morning. I am absolutely shattered. I went to see a band last night. I went to see a band, Architects. I don't know if you know Familiar Architects. They're a British band from Brighton, actually. They're a band I've been into for years and years. And they headlined the O2 last night, which is madness. And my friend Damon, shout out Damon, he has access to one of the corporate boxes. And so we went to this like lounge. And it was ridiculous, right? I think it was a lounge that's owned by Qatar Airways. And it was so nice. There was like fine dining, free cloakroom, lovely bar, private merchandise. It's ridiculous. And this cool little pod that like floats out in the audience that you go out there and take your pictures, whatever. But it doesn't feel like a gig, right? I'm like, we're here to see a metal band. And I feel like I'm about to jump on a business class flight. I didn't get home until about 1, because obviously the O2 is a nightmare. And I got on the train, which is fucking rare for me. Felt like some sort of peasant. And it was just, I got the train back, then had to drive like it. So I didn't get home. And I'm not one of those people who can just get into bed. I need like a full wind down. I'm a real creature of habit. So I had a little bit of a wind down when I got home, and then got into bed, and then obviously couldn't sleep. And I think I had 4 hours sleep. And then I had to get up early because I had some sort of electrical survey going on at my apartment, which is cool. And then the guys from Windsor Classics, the Land Rover place, they came to pick up Deck, my Land Rover, because there's something up with the starter, solenoid or something. So that's gone in. I would have filmed it, but there was nothing to film really. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it means that I'll have the Land Rover back, maybe even for next week's vlog. I don't know. No promises. And now I'm in Heathrow because I'm on a materials run. It's getting really annoying having to do materials runs. Like, not having materials delivered to site is getting really annoying because I'm having to give up time to drive, fill up the car, can only get so much of the car. But it's just the way we've got to do it on this particular job. The job in central London is we're about as far as we can go on it at the moment. So like, we're not holding up anyone, we're being held up by the other construction team. I've got another project and the customer has made an upfront payment, so we need to schedule them in. So we're taking the team off of the Tottenham Court Road project and we're putting them on this other project tomorrow. So I've got to get all that sorted because obviously when you start a new project, there's all sorts of paperwork that has to go over, like health and safety stuff. And then there's another project which we have in central London. But this job and this client is everything is all singing, all dancing, the highest spec, the highest standards you can get. And what it means is it's so slow, like so slow. It's taking months. And we, like the job we're doing, we've put in a price for, and like 3 months later, we still haven't done the job. And they're still asking for more compliance stuff. Now, can you send these documents? Now, can you prepare this document? Now, can you prepare a method statement for this? And you know what? I've had multiple, they were the customer who I've had multiple meetings with, right? They would ask me to attend Teams meetings, and then I would get on the meeting and they're just discussing it for the sake of it. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to them and I'm going to say, listen, this is taking a lot of extra back-end work, and so I'm going to put the price up, because it's just mental. I can't, all this compliance stuff they make you do, it's cool, I can do it, but I can't do it for free. Price was to come and do the fire stopping. The price didn't include all this extra stuff that you're now asking for. And it's funny they didn't ask for that up front. So I'm going to go back to them and say, listen, because you know, there's just more and more hoops to jump through, and we don't jump through hoops for free. So because we're a company and we have to make money. I might see if I can go to the gym later. I haven't trained in days. I was supposed to compete. You would have seen in my last week's vlog, I said I was competing on Sunday. Well, I missed my registration for that competition. Like, when you do a jiu-jitsu competition, you got to like register and then pay your membership and pay your entry and then all that stuff. I registered for the comp, but I hadn't paid for my entry. And I went on Thursday night, I think it was, to go and pay, and the registration had closed. So I was like, and I thought I'd be safe because I'd registered. So I didn't compete. So that was a fucking waste of time. This is how, like, I don't know what that kind of personality type or brain type. I don't want to use the term ADHD because I think that's a cop-out. I'm just not good at managing that kind of stuff. There are times, right, where I have a date. I did this with that mediation thing, right? I got the email, I put it in my diary, I put the date in my diary, and I wrote it up on my whiteboard. And then the day it came round, I double-checked my diary, and it was like, yep. And then I double-checked the email with the date on it, and I had the wrong day. It was the next day. Like, how... It's like my brain just has blind spots for that stuff, dates and times, and which is really not ideal for someone who runs businesses and has to attend multiple appointments and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's grab this gear and get back. Yeah, look. It's got to be the only Defender from Oxfordshire that's actually doing any work. I'm 90% there, yeah. As long as for that, you know, all the stuff that George highlighted on the call, the elements, as long as all of that is accessible to me to some degree, right? So that I can have a contact at the company and say, look, this is what I feel like I want to use next. Do you know what I mean? The thing that I can make sure I can prioritize, right? Take it easy, mate. Bye. That was a call with a guy called Iz, and Iz works for Joe Carr. Joe Carr owns a scaffolding company called Stellar Scaffolding, and I've been following them on YouTube for a few weeks, right? Basically helping other people in the construction industry, and I reached out because I need some help, right? And I've had a bit of back and forth with his sales team and stuff like that, and so I will keep you all updated with how it goes. But to be honest, I've had a lot of coaching in the past, right? And I feel like I ask a lot more questions. I used to just go into it like, yeah, how much is it? Cool, bang, I'm in. I'm a little bit more apprehensive now, and I ask a lot more questions to get clear on what I'm getting for my money and what sort of guarantees they make, etc., etc. And this, what Joe is doing, I don't know, it feels very like it's very bespoke to what I need. And it's also very bespoke to the construction industry, right? So I think I'm going to take a punt on it. So I will keep you updated with how it all goes.
love working for Skyline. It's a lovely place, amazing bus.
Hello, mate.
There he is. It is Tuesday. It's afternoon now. There's so much going on at the moment. I've got to make some decisions, man. I have to make some decisions about how I'm going to take this company forward under so much pressure, and I've got to alleviate that somehow. But I also feel like I'm a big risk taker, right? Let me put you here. I'm a big risk taker, and I think that makes the people around me quite nervous sometimes, because when things need sorting, I'm trying to find the biggest lever to pull. This is the thing you'll find if you have your own business. Sometimes if you're very open, I'm very open with everyone about what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm planning. And it makes people nervous, because typically people around you who are more collaborative, like team players, they're not risk takers. They're way more risk averse. So I just find that I make people nervous when I talk. So I'm facing two things. Either I start playing my cards closer to my chest, or I keep doing what I'm doing and kind of just don't give a fuck about people's opinions. Now that's easier said than done, because those people out there who I don't care what anyone thinks. Well, fucking cool, dickhead. What if those people work for you, have dedicated a lot of their time and efforts towards your vision? It's so easy to say I don't care what people think, but if those people mean nothing to you. But if they're people who actually are who are part of what you're doing, I think it's important to consider them. It's difficult to decide how open to be with your team. This is something I struggle with. I'm very, very open. I'm sure it's the right thing. I wonder if sometimes what they actually need from me is just a more quiet confidence. It's just not me. I just blab a lot, right? I just talk a lot. I've got to make sure I make the right decision. I can't afford any mistakes. That's what I'll say. We've had such a run of bad luck, right? With customers going under, jobs going wrong through no fault of our own, stuff going wrong that was our fault, within the company, oversights, pricing things wrong, didn't put up our prices aggressively enough. I've got to make a decision, but I cannot afford to make the wrong one. Let's get home. I'm going to have a crack at the gym. How we doing? It's Thursday. I've been, to be honest, I've been flat out for the last 2 days solid. I have not trained jiu-jitsu. Was it Saturday last? I can't remember. I've just been I've been to the gym, which isn't a problem, right? I shouldn't be too hard on myself, because it's very hard to do all of these things. But anyway, yeah, I met up with my friend Josh this morning, had coffee together, and then have just been working. I've been really struggling to sleep, man. The other night, I went to bed. I laid awake all night, and I got 2 hours sleep. And that's just unbelievable, isn't it? Just this, I've got to find a way of dealing with a busy mind. I don't feel overly stressed. I'm sure I am, but I don't feel it, right? But I've just got a lot on my mind all the time. I think I'm going to have to start writing it down or like journaling or something. I don't know. I've got to figure something out because it's just a little bit too stressful, a little bit too difficult trying to manage all of the stuff in my head. So I've got to find out a process for that. Something that I'm not already doing. Anyway, what I was going to update you on, I'm building a new CRM. I've had a number of meetings with a couple of companies about coming on board to do like a sort of implement systems. And then I also talked to another company, a YouTube guy who has a construction business and has an academy. Talked to them about coming on board as well. But do you know what? They've mismanaged my lead so badly that it kind of took away my confidence. And then when I mentioned that to them and said, look, I would like to defer the first payment until the end of the first month so that I get to come on board and it's less risk for me. And they got really shirty about it. The sales guy was borderline rude to me. And then the guy who owns it put up a thing on his Instagram and was like, oh, some business owners are babies and stuff. And I don't know if he was talking specifically about me, but he did say we would have a Zoom call today and nothing's come through. So it doesn't fill your confidence, does it? And if he was talking about, the problem is, right, I'm 42 years old. I'm older than a lot of these guys, these young guys who are starting out, and they do an amazing job, right? They run incredible businesses and they've got loads of intelligence. But the edge that I think I have with a little bit of age and wisdom is that I've been in business long enough to know how to speak to people. And when you are patronizing or you emotionally react in a business scenario, I don't think it makes you look very good. I'm not saying that's what's going on, but it's just, anyway, I'm trying to, I'm trying to weigh up whether or not these are red flags as to whether I should work with a company or not. Chatting to my mate Josh this morning, he was like, listen, mate, if it's not a fuck yeah, it's probably a hell no, right? So, but the uncomfortable truth about that is it means that I'm on my own and I have to figure out all this stuff on my own. And I would rather, the way I normally do things is to leverage it and get someone else to help me do it. But I'm not sure. I haven't found that person. I haven't found that solution. But yeah, so it's an interesting one, right? It's really easy to go online and say, you need to invest in yourself. I used to do it. I used to say it to people. You need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in yourself. And it's true. You do need to invest in yourself. But you can't invest in yourself if you're not confident with whom you're investing. So, and that was my main issue. Like, give me the confidence to invest. If you're asking for thousands of pounds, but you've already fucked up loads of the process, where's my confidence going to go? It's going to go here. If you give me a really amazing experience from the jump, then my confidence is going to be high. Like, if this is where you're managing me as a cold lead, how are you going to manage me as a client? It's so, like I said, it's so easy to go online and be like, you need to invest in yourself. But like, yeah, but if you're running an academy or consultancy, you have to provide a good service as well, right? And I think this is the issue with a lot of businesses. I'm not pointing anyone in particular, but the one thing that, if you're in business, the one thing that you need to make sure you do is provide the best service you can. And I have to do that too, right? Like, I have to ask myself all the time, am I providing the best possible service I can? And a lot of the time it's like, no, I can do more. I can make this so much better. Yeah, anyway, it's really interesting. I'll peel back the curtain a little more if and when it turns into anything. I've been working. I haven't moved in the last 48 hours. I've just been at the desk. So I'm going to nip to the gym and get some movement happening. And then I'm back. And then I've got a call this afternoon doing some spreadsheet thing. More work, boring stuff. There'll be something exciting in one of these vlogs one of these days, guys. What's going on, guys? It is now What is it? Saturday morning. Saturday morning. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. This week I have been not burned out, but like I've been listening to my body, and my body has been telling me to like calm down, right? Because I think I've just been in fifth gear for a little bit too long, so I just needed to back off a little bit. So I backed off the training a bit, because that's obviously the hardest or the easiest fix. So I haven't trained jiu-jitsu this week, and I'm heading into jiu-jitsu now to get some rounds in. It's going to go one way or the other, right? There was also, you would have noticed, there was no Founders Field Notes this week. My work schedule has just been way too intense. So I will do a longer one next week. I've got a few errands to do just around the house, right? I fucking hate doing housework, man. Like, or not housework, you know, but like, I hate doing anything that isn't productive in a different way. Like if I have to do wash loads or stack the dishwasher or cook my own dinner, that gives me the hump. I'm so precious, man. It's ridiculous. I've just noticed two other commercial defenders in front of me. One there, one through there. I've had this defender now for, I think it's like maybe three months. And when I first got it, I was like, it's cool, you know, it's like, I really liked it. I was like, it's the perfect car for the job. It's not too flash. And then I kind of like, then I started getting a bit bored of it, and I started sort of like pining for a G-Wagon again, because I used to have a G-Wagon. And I started looking at G-Wagons, not that I'm in a position to buy one, but I started looking at them. And then, and do you know what? The more I see Defenders, the new ones, when they first came out, I hated them. The more I see them, and the longer I have this one, the more I like them. I don't know what, weird, super weird. And do you know what? If I could buy any car now, like daily, I think I'd buy the same car. Maybe I'd get the Octa one. Do you know what I mean? Like a V8 or something. So it's a little bit more exciting. But funny, isn't it? It's really grown on me. I might do a proper review at some point. But it has really started growing on me as like a daily. And like, because I was looking at Range Rovers as well, right? I was like, I see every now and then I see one of the new Range Rovers go past me, and I think, I've never had a Range Rover. And that's like the next level, right? That's like, but do you know what? I don't think it would suit me, because what am I doing? I'm going to the gym. I'm going up into London on work stuff. I'm going to like jiu-jitsu, and I'm getting in here with gym bags and all sorts. So I don't think any of that, I don't think it would really suit me. I think the Defender, because it's like, it's the perfect balance. I'm starting to see why everyone likes it. It really is the perfect balance between like a bit of luxury, a little bit, and like utilitarianism, but like all wrapped up quite presentable. But it's funny, it's the design. It's like the design language. You know, like when you see something that becomes an acquired taste. Anyway, I thought I'd share. I might do a proper review. Let me know. Do you know what? Do you know what else I've like? This is it's a nice Lambo there, Aventador. This is funny. Speak of the devil. If you saw that old pickup, I think, because I like classics, right? I think I've made a decision on my next purchase. And I think I might do like a classic pickup, like a classic American pickup, like an old Ford stepside or something. I'll have to start doing some research, because I do not know much about them. I know there's obviously some preferable years, and I also know the guys down at Henley Classics, they'll know a lot about them, because when I went to the Cars and Coffee there was a few. But you know what? I think I quite fancy it. It must be because it's the autumn. I quite fancy an old vintage pickup truck that I can go on a few like day trips in. I think that would be kind of cool. I think it would suit me. Do you know what I mean? So, because I'm in an iron about, you know, originally I was doing another Land Rover, but you know, I've got a Land Rover, right? I am going to buy another one though, because they're good investments. But I think like an old American pickup would be pretty cool, right? It's the most important bit of the session is the photo, isn't it?
Tom, we need more jiu-jitsu YouTube content, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, you guys keep smashing me, so...
Yeah.
Morning. It's... What is it? It's Sunday morning now. I thought I slept well, but then I checked my Oura ring, and apparently I didn't. I haven't had... Like, this is no exaggeration, right? I don't think I've had a good night's sleep in about 2 or 3 weeks. Fucking no idea why. Well, I think I know why. Maybe eating a bit too late, staying up a bit too late, and probably just a bit of stress as well. Although I don't feel stress, but I often get like the symptoms of stress, like sleep and stuff like that when I am stressed, and then I have to check in with myself and be like, oh, maybe I am stressed. I've had a bit of a slow morning, but I'm heading to the gym. I really don't want to, if I'm honest. I went to jiu-jitsu yesterday. My desire to train has been very low for the last week or so. I think sometimes you just got to listen to your body, right? And like I've noticed a lot of people quite unwell at the moment. There seems to be like a bit of COVID or something, whatever it is going around, right? And a lot of people I know have been getting sick. And when that starts happening, what I'll often do is just consciously make sure my recovery is on point, because what you don't want to do is let your immune system tank, and then you're going to get sick. With the stress that I'm under, I mean, it's not like I'm a fucking, do you know what I mean? It's not like I've got the most demanding life in the world, but you know what I mean? And the physical stress I volunteer, you know, I put myself under. I just thought it'd be better to back off. And then when I was going in the gym, everything was feeling a bit heavy. And that to me is like a signal. I've been doing this for a long time. And that to me is a signal that, like, just back off a little bit. It'll be there in a couple of weeks. But jiu-jitsu yesterday was good, but I injured my neck. I have no idea what. I think this kid grabbed me and put me in like a can opener. And, at the time I was like, oh, he wasn't aggressively putting it on or anything. So I didn't worry about it. And then afterwards, at the end of the session, my neck was stiff. And then by the time I got home, my neck was fucked. And, I was like sat there last night eating my dinner, like barely able to, struggling to swallow it. I can't yawn. So I think I just crushed my neck or something. I don't know. I'm feeling a bit worse for wear. So I'm going to go to the gym and do sort of like get some blood flow, get some blood moving, because that often helps. And then I've got to come back here and I've got to edit. This is what my Sundays are. Usually my Sundays or my Saturdays are editing and putting together these videos for you guys. Next week, I've already started filling out my calendar for next week. I'm up in London all day on Monday with Simon. So tomorrow. So I'll bring you guys along for that. A walkthrough on one site, and then we've got a walkthrough on another site around the corner. Then we've got to get some materials for a job that supposedly starts on Tuesday. And then we've got another job starting next week as well, if the upfront payment comes through. I've got a nice morning planned before I go to the gym. I am reading. Let me show you. Obviously, it's October, right? Halloween's around the corner. And every year in October, I'll read like a Stephen King book. And I'm currently reading Salem's Lot. I'm actually halfway through it. And I really enjoy these books, especially this time of year. And it's as lame as it sounds. What I do is I'll go to I'll go for a coffee or whatever, and I'll take my AirPods. And if I go on Spotify, and I'll put on like very spooky, atmospheric classical music, and I'll read. It's kind of like putting a movie on in your mind. And so that's what I'm enjoying doing with my downtime at the moment. Trying to time it so I get to the sort of like climax of the book around Halloween. That would be good. And actually, I do have plans for Halloween. I was looking at a few things that are going on. And I think we're going to the West Wickham Caves because they do like a sort of like a Fright Night thing there. Let's go get coffee. Let's get some blood moving. And then we'll come back here. Guys, do you like my dressing gown? I got it from the Coach outlet. It's Sunday night now. I'm just putting this video together. This is your outro. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Make sure you drop a like on the video. If you've got any questions or anything else you want me to sort of like rant or rave on, then please just hit me up, because it's always good to get subject matter from you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. I know it's like just the same sort of routine, but it is what it is, man. Do you know what I mean? I ain't making it up, and I'm not gonna make it up. But I am working on some more interesting stuff as well. So I appreciate you sticking around. I appreciate all my subscribers, and I will see you in next week's video, which will be Founders Footnotes on Wednesday. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great week.